Welcome to week 2, night 1, episode 1 of ADSF Art Talks. And tonight I am joined by Morgan Teel. Hello, Morgan.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And moreover, thank you for making the drive in.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Happy
you
to be
are
here.
all based in Austin.
We are.
Okay. So let's start there and just tell us a little bit about you, your background, Dance Waterloo, and how you got here.
Yeah, happy to share. So Dance Waterloo is based in Austin, and we're primarily a site-specific dance company. So we interact a lot with the city of Austin in parks or libraries, a lot of public artworks as well. But we also do performances in a more traditional space and try to engage the audience in some sort of immersive, interactive experience through our productions. So we've been around for 11 years now.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I moved to Austin in 2014 and started the company a year after that. So yeah, I choreograph, I do all the behind the scenes stuff for the company. We teach as well. Our dance education program primarily serves adults with learning and developmental disabilities, those recovering from chronic homelessness, and then seniors in Austin. So those are our primary targets for our dance education program. But yeah, I outside of dance, I also work in HR, so human resources. Everybody needs that.
They do.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. Okay, so this morning I was able to observe. I wasn't able to take the class. But we engage in some improvisational practices. Would you say improvisation is a big part of what the company does?
I would say it's play. Yeah, improvisation and play is a big component of either our choreographic process to generate and create a work. But we do have some performances throughout the year. We have one annual performance that is always improvisation based, and it combines visual art and music as well. And our audience will submit words, and the dancers have 3 minutes to create a dance inspired by the words that anyone in the audience submits. So that is our improvisational performance we do annually. But yeah, I think it's definitely integral to the work that we do.
And the educational programming that you have with these outside groups, I'm interested in that and how you engage. I mean, it's different communities.
Yeah.
Different ages. Is it primarily adults, children?
Yeah, primarily adults is who we engage with, and we also engage with them through an improvisational context as well. These are folks who don't come from a dance background. They're not interested in being professional dancers. They're just interested in being lifelong movers, and a lot of them actually are a little bit timid and shy to approach dance, or we actually even shy away from saying the word dance because it can be intimidating. So a lot of times we'll say just movement and leave it at that, or sometimes we might say creative movement, and we'll get into some improvisational games with them, but they always leave the room completely different. Their energy is up. They're engaging with one another a little bit more. So it's always a good time every class that we have.
Yeah, I mean, the word that comes to my mind as you're talking is allowance, right? The improvisational games that I've experienced is there's a lot of permission granting. There's an allowance to, whether it be an allowance to step outside of your current situation for a moment and allow us to step into that place of play that as adults we so often just forget that it is important. There's a reason why we encourage our children to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that play should absolutely move into adulthood. And I mean, at AIM Dance, the majority of our educational programming is for 18 and older. It's for adults. And we're still trying to navigate that pathway and what that really looks like here in our community and how we can make that impact. So the work that you have this weekend that you're presenting this weekend, does improvisation play in that at all? In that, or how did it play in that creative process?
Yeah, so in the work itself, what the audience will see, everything was choreographed and set, but improvisation was definitely a part of the creative process. So This and Yap was created in January of last year, so 2025. We've had it for a year and a half now, and it was created a part of a larger body of work called Mother Figures. And so I actually made it in collaboration with my mom, who is not a dancer at all. And she was very scared to, be a part of the process, but I guided her through every part of the decision. And so one thing that we did with the dancers, I would have sort of like a movement prompt for them, and I would record a video of it, and then I would show it to my mom and say, like, hey, like, what part is of interest to you? What kind of strikes you as something that's engaging that you would like for us to explore a little bit more? And she would kind of like highlight a section in that, and then we would go back and kind of learn it, and choreograph it into what we had. And so improvisation and play, it's a big way to just investigate and explore and see what's even possible. What's the movement vocabulary that can exist within your dancers that you have in this space? What environment can you create together to kind of set the foundation for what this is going to look like?
Yeah. Speaking of the environment together, again, observing your class this morning, it was interesting to see the co-teaching that happened. I wasn't expecting that, but it was almost like a round robin of who's taking the space. Is that customary in your company? Is that, or how is that a part of the process for you as the director?
Yeah, I think collaboration is a strong value of Dance Waterloo, and especially in a teaching context. We always have 2 or more teaching at once, and it's kind of like this call and response, and like a synergy between 2 or more people of, we're going to create this space together where we can collaborate and play and bounce ideas off of each other as a collective versus just, one person, which is completely fine as well. But I think for us, it's not Morgan Teel and Company, it's Dance Waterloo. So I like to not remove myself, but I like to equalize myself amongst everybody else.
Yeah. And in the choreography as well, in the process as well?
Yeah, a little bit. So I approach things slightly different when it comes to choreography. For this and Yap, definitely collaborated with my mom on it, but I would give the dancers just like lots of direction and structure, and we would see what would come from that, and then just kind of edit and revise as we went along the process. One thing, so This and Yap, the dance is about, I wanted the dance to be about something that my mom and I love. a lot, which is shopping.
Yeah.
And so and my mom was born in 1959, so she really like grew up in the 60s, and so I really wanted this like blend of both of our worlds together, which me being like contemporary, modern, postmodern, I wanted to kind of go into her world of like 1960s. And so like the sound kind of takes you to that time, especially in terms of commercials that you might hear like during that time. And so the movement is all about shopping and consumerism, and it's slightly alarming or scary sometimes, taking a look at consumer culture in America. Yes. But it can also be funny and nostalgic and sentimental because it's something that we do with people that we love. And so, yeah.
So with that being said, what do you think is the main idea that you want the audience to get out of this work? Because I don't think they're going to see you and your mom, right? And most often the audience doesn't see the true intention of the work. They have their own interpretation of it. So if the audience could take something away from this, what would you like for that to be?
Yeah, I think really just taking away what shopping or consumerism means to them in many different forms. We have so many little nuggets in the dance. One of the nuggets that's my favorite is there's 6 dancers that the audience will see, and they all do this same phrase from stage right to stage left. And but what the audience probably will not pick up on is I originally taught the phrase just to one dancer, and then I had all the dancers standing outside, and then one by one I had them come in, and they had one chance to show that dancer that phrase. So it became secondhand movement, similar to how we have secondhand clothing being passed through generations, or just from person to person through thrifting. And so there's so many small variations on that phrase that happens despite everybody doing it across the floor in this space. And so I think really what I just want the audience to take away is just like analyzing what consumer culture means to them, and shopping. What does that like bring up for you? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is there some anxiety about it? We had lots of discussions about it in rehearsals, and I think it's reflected in these kind of like characters that the dancers start to take on. Is this is more of an anxious character. This is more of like I feel neutral about it, and so the dancer's expression really varies from person to person, and so they are not all the same.
It's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, so Morgan, I'm really excited to share this work with our audience here in Southeast Texas. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining me and having this conversation with me, because I know that I have a better idea of what the work means to the company, and that just helps me to engage even deeper with the work. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.